Hi, this is Dave McCrory, and I'm going to go through the installation and use of the Hyper9 monitoring and alerting applet. So first you'll have to download the applet. You simply put it on your desktop and you can go ahead and launch it. You'll see that it kicks off an installer. You click next and you accept the license agreement. Click next again, choose where you want to install, and then click the install button. You'll see that it goes through, completes the installation. You click next and finally click finish. That's really all there is to the installation. This will install on most versions of Windows, including Windows 2003, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 2008. You can see we have the H9Labs monitor here, and we'll go ahead and click that. And when you launch it, you'll see it takes a second, and you'll see down here at the bottom we get this little gear, and you'll see it says monitoring's disabled. You can also get a message that it's the first time installing. You close this. To begin the configuration, you right click, you select first configure. And so first we select configure. You put in the IP address of your Hyper9 server, which you can either put in the IP or the host name. You can see I put an IP address in. You also put in a username and password, so this is a valid user on the Hyper9 host. They should have administrator access and permissions. And then you can choose what you want to do as far as if you want your alerts to be automatically cleaned up. You then go and set up your email. So you can see here that I have it set up with an SMTP server with my email account. You can also test your credentials, so you can see that that you can log in. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And first, we're actually going to go here, and we're going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to save, and then I'm actually going to launch Internet Explorer, and we'll go here. We'll go ahead and hit enter, and we're going to say turn off, and say OK. And we're going to go ahead. You can see it's asking me who I want to log in as, and I'm going to use the same credentials, and we're going to go ahead and log in. And so after we log in, this not only verifies that we have everything working. You can see it displays, and I can now do searches with the product, and anything that I'd like to do a search on. In this case, we've done a search on just VMs, and you can see there are 37 of them. So we're going to right click, and we're going to go to Alert Setup. And so you can see we have a blank alert setup screen here. We can click on Create New Alert, and you can see, yes, we want the alert enabled. We go to alert name and say all VMs. You can see we have the query string. Now this query string is what's important, because this actually matches the query string that we typed in over here. So here's the VM, and anything that we type in this query bar here and we want to search on, we can also put in on this define new alert screen. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it alone as VM. You can decide what the severity of the alert you want is. In this case, I'm going to choose warning, and I'm going to say watch the number and set of VMs. So we're going to leave this with our comment. You can put whatever you'd like in the comments. Next, we're going to go to properties. Now, what's in properties is effectively when we've put in the query, we're going to get results back. In the case of the screen here, we got 37 virtual machines or 37 results returned to us. So what we're going to do is we are going to say that that's what we want to look at, is the set of virtual machines. Now what's important to realize is, because we're looking at the set of virtual machines, it's not only the number, but it's actually which virtual machines are returned. So it's two different things all in one. So we're going to say we want to add this property, and you'll see now that it says set of virtual machines, and it says no operator selected. We're going to say in this case we want to match any property, and the operator that we're interested in is going to be the onChange. So I want to know if the set of virtual machines change. That means if the number increases or decreases of the set of results that are being returned. But it also means if something inside of that returns. So if I had 37 VMs and one of them was named foo, and that VM disappears and another VM appears called bar, that means that the number would remain at 37, but I would no longer have foo, but I would have bar. So that would cause this alert to be triggered, because I still have the same number. However, I have a different VM. So that means the set itself has changed. So we're just going to select one property in this case. You can select multiple, so I could add all sorts of things in this set. You can see all the different options we have here. I guess the other interesting thing to realize is that you can also do not only configuration, not only utilization, you can also make it so that the trigger is on a set, but maybe your query is what refines down what exactly it is you want to look at. So we give you the flexibility to decide based on your query and a combination of different options under properties, but then we also give you the ability to do it strictly based on you doing the refinement based on what you query on, and then doing that. And I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment, but we're going to go ahead and click on schedule, and you can see we have a schedule screen here. You can set it up for what the time interval you'd like. I'm going to choose every 5 minutes. You can see by default the start time is 12 a.m. and the end time is 11:59. Now what this means is effectively that it would constantly run across all times, and so the idea being that you would want to be able to constantly have this running, but you can change the times if you like to be 1 hour a day if that's what you choose. And then you can also pick if you want this run on a specific day of the week or all the different days of the week. And I'm going to go ahead and pick all the days of the week, but you can select whatever combination you'd like. And you can also choose suppression options. So what this means is that I can actually do an alert, and then for me to actually be notified, it would have to occur at least twice. So this stops you from getting dozens of alerts all on the same thing. The other thing that you can do, and obviously you can increase these to 3, 4, or 2 times, and then you can also require these triggers to be consecutive, which means that it'll check in 5 minutes, and then it'll check in another 5 minutes. And if it changes, so if it alerts on the first one and does not alert on the second one, and then alerts again on the third one, if you have this require these triggers to be consecutive, then that would not trigger an alert. If, however, it alerted on the first try and then 5 minutes later alerted on the second, that would be consecutive and therefore would send you the alert. So these are options to make your life easier. So we're going to go now to the action. So this is, okay, great, I have a schedule, I know what I want to alert on, I have all that configured, and now what I want to do is I want it to do something. You can have it simply show an alert pop-up, which means that you'll see a pop-up screen in this area, so we're going to go ahead and set that up. We're also going to tell it to flash the system tray icon, so we're going to go ahead and put that in place. We're going to add a contact, so we're going to say that we want it to email joe at H9Labs.com with the subject of a virtual machine has changed. and we can send a test email. I'm not going to do that right now, and we're going to go ahead and save that. And you can add additional contacts. Again, I'm not going to do that right now. And you can also tell it that you want it to play a sound, so if you're running this on your desktop and you want to be notified, you can choose to execute a command. So this could be run a batch file, or really whatever you choose, open an application. And you can also have it open a website. So what you can do is to choose open a website, and then you can actually tell it that you want it to say open the server, the Hyper9 server, so that you could literally go in and start looking at what may have changed. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and I'm going to save this alert. So I've saved this alert, and when we go to the alert setup screen, you can see that it's never been dispatched. But it's all set to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a second alert. And you can, by the way, see when the next query is scheduled right here. And you can edit this alert right here by simply clicking on this. This will launch you back in, and you can make whatever changes you want. Or you can delete this alert by clicking here.